Hello, hope you all are safe and sound. Today's cognitive psychology topic is states of consciousness. In this topic, we will further study about forms of consciousness, neuroscience and consciousness, sleep deprivation, sleep disorders, hypnosis, facts and falsehood about hypnosis, mesmerism, drugs and consciousness, dependence and addiction, psychoactive drugs, influence on drugs use. History of consciousness. Psychology began as a science of consciousness. Behaviorists argue about alienating consciousness from psychology. However, after 1960s, mental concept consciousness started re-entering psychology. Consciousness, modern psychologists believe, is an awareness of ourself and our environment. It may be occur spontaneously, some are physiologically induced, and some are psychologically induced. Neuroscientists believe that consciousness emerged from the interaction of individual brain events, much like a chord that is created from different musical notes. Biological rhythm are controlled by internal biological clock. Annual cycle. On an annual cycle, geese migrate, grizzly bear hibernate, and humans experience seasonal variations in appetite, sleep, and mood. Seasonal affective disorder, SAD, is a mood disorder people experience during dark winters months. 24-hour cycle. Humans experience 24-hour cycle of varying alertness, sleep, body temperature, and growth hormone secretion. 90-minute cycle. We go through various stages of sleep in 90-minute cycle. Sleep deprivation, fatigue and subsequent death, impaired concentration, emotional irritability, depressed immune system, greater vulnerability. Sleep disorders. The first one is insomnia. Insomnia is the difficulty of sleep. And the second is somnambulism, in which a person is walking during the sleep, and it's called sleepwalking. Nightmare, frightening dreams that make a sleeper from REM, rapid eye movement. Night terror, sudden arousal from sleep with intense fear accompanied by physiological reactions, rapid heart rate, perspiration that occur during SWS. Sleep disorders, we have furthermore narcolepsy, overpowering urge to fall asleep that may occur while talking or standing up. Sleep apnea, failure to breathe within sleep. Now we have hypnosis. Hypnosis is a social interaction in which a person, the hypnotist, suggests to another subject that certain perceptions, feelings, thoughts, or behavior will spontaneously occur. Mesmerism. Mesmer in 1734 and 1815, mesmerism or animal magnetism was a natural energy source that was transferred between organisms and objects. Mesmerism originally was referred to the animal magnetism itself, but mesmerism is now used to refer the hypnosis brought on by animal magnetism. Now, aspects of hypnosis. The first is post-hypnotic suggestions, in which the suggestion carried out after the subject is no longer hypnotized. Post-hypnotic amnesia, supposed inability to recall what one experienced during hypnosis. Some facts and falsehood about hypnosis are: can anyone experience hypnosis? Yes, to some extent. Can hypnosis enhance recall of forgotten events? No. Can hypnosis force people to act against their will? No. Can hypnosis be therapeutic? Yes. Can hypnosis alleviate pain? Yes. Now we have a new topic, and that is drugs and consciousness. How the drugs affect or alter the consciousness we will study or learn in this presentation. We have psychoactive drugs. What are psychoactive drugs? They are the chemical substances that alter perception and mood, affect consciousness. Withdrawal and dependence of psychoactive drugs. Withdrawal. Upon stopping use of drugs after addiction, user may experience the undesirable effect of withdrawal. Dependence. Absence of drug may lead to a feeling of physical pain, intense cravings, physical dependence, and negative emotions, psychological dependence. There are some misconceptions about addiction of psychoactive drugs. Addiction is the craving for a chemical substance despite its adverse consequences, physical and psychological. Addictive drugs quickly corrupt. Addiction cannot be overcome voluntarily. Addiction is no different than repetitive, pleasure-seeking behavior. Psychoactive drugs. Psychoactive drugs are divided into three groups: depressants, stimulants, hallucinogens. Depressants that reduce neuroactivity, slow down the body function. We have three types: alcohol, barbiturates, opiates. Alcohol. Alcohol affects motor skills, judgment and memory, and increase aggressiveness while reducing self-awareness. Barbiturates. Drugs that depress the activity of central nervous system, reducing anxiety but impairing memory and judgment. Manbital, Seconal, and Amityl are some examples. Depressants. Opium and its derivatives, morphine and heroin, depress neuroactivity, temporary lessening pain and anxiety. They are highly addictive. Stimulants. Stimulants are the drugs that excite neural activity and speed up body functions. Caffeine, nicotine, cocaine, ecstasy, amphetamines, methamphetamines are some examples of stimulants. Caffeine and nicotine. Caffeine and nicotine increase the heart rate, breathing rates, and other autonomic functions to provide energy. Amphetamines stimulate neuroactivity, causing accelerated body functions and associated energy and mood changes with devastating effects. MDMA is a stimulant and mild hallucinogen. It produces euphoric high and can damage serotonin producing neurons, which results in permanent deflation of mood and impairment of memory. Hallucinogens are psychedelic mind-manifesting drugs that distort perceptions and evoke sensory images in the absence of sensory input. Effect on drugs. The use of drugs are based on biological, psychological, and social cultural influences. The use of marijuana in teenagers is directly related to the perceived risk involved with the drug. Mind-body problem. Near-death experience arise the mind-body problem. Can the mind survive the dying body? Dualism believes that mind, no, physical and body physical are two distinct entities that interact. Monism believes that mind and body are different aspects of the same thing.